GBPUSD, and of course, we have been selling this asset since the beginning of the week after price action broke down that 1.26680 level, which happened to be our support line of that range identified at the beginning of the week. Well, the US ISM Services PMI for November surpassed market expectations, indicating a stronger growth trend in the US economy. Now, the focus now turns to this week's US employment data, particularly the ADP employment change, which is coming up later today, and the non-farm payroll, which is coming up later in the week, as they may provide insight into the future interest rate trajectory of the Federal Reserve. Now, despite the significant buying activity during the Asian session, the later part of the Asian session the later part of the New York session the Asian session, the sell position from yesterday still remains very much intact, as you will see here. Now, the slight decline in the US dollar could potentially benefit this pair even amidst a cautious market sentiment. Now, today's attention will be focused on the ADP employment change for guidance, and of course, the anticipation of this event will definitely reflect on this chart as price action. So now let's look at the nature of the price action since the beginning of the week as we prepare for today's trading session. Now, at the beginning of the week, we saw how the market started with a volatile move in price action, and we had a wide range where price was confined within the 1.27250 and the 1.26680 level, as you will see here. Now, whenever price action falls into a range like this, we usually exercise patience and wait for either the breakout of the range to give us an opportunity to buy or the breakdown of the range to give us an opportunity to sell. However, during the first 10-12 hours of the week, we saw our price remain below and around the support line. And in fact, we had multiple breakdown of the support line, inciting the idea that sellers are gradually gaining momentum behind the scenes. And as a result of this observation on Monday, we decided that we will be selling below the 1.26680 level, which triggered our first sell position, and we continue to add more positions at the breakdown of the 1.26180. And during our live session yesterday, we added this one at the 1.26050 level to maximize the bearish momentum in this market. So at this point, we have about a minimum of 3 positions running right now. And for those who still maintain their bearish position, it is high time we wanted to move our stop losses and secure this current position at this point. Now, if you would ask me where do I think is most appropriate to place our stop losses on the GBPUSD, well, I would just say around the 1.26180, while we also ensure that we give enough breathing space for price action to move around. Now, with a well-secured position on this area, how do we intend to capitalize on the next move? Are there chances that buyers can come into this market? Well, it's very, very possible. But to guide our trading decisions for today, I've been able to identify a descending trend line after connecting the series of lower highs since last week, Friday. Now, if we do that correctly, you will have something like this to work with for today's trading session. Now, you know how we use our descending trend lines in this community. Whenever we spot them on the chart, we always want to continue to look out for selling opportunities as long as price action remains below that descending trend line. And with the way things are going right now, you will see price still remains below the descending trend line. And in fact, in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, you will see how buyers have been trying to break out of this descending trend line, and every attempt appears to have failed at every point in time, further emphasizing the presence of sellers in this particular market. now with the situation here, for me to add more sell positions to my existing trade, I would rather want to see price action take out the lowest point for this week, which is the 1.25800 level. So if price can break down the structure, then I will be looking out for more selling opportunities below the structure. Now, for those of us who are already profitable on this asset, we can just place a sell stop order below the 1.258 and see how this is going to play out. However, if you are new with us, then you want to exercise patience and wait for a retest of structure before jumping into that position. Now, that is how we are going to be maintaining a bearish bias here, looking out for selling opportunities only if price action breaks down the 1.25800 level. However, if price decides to do the contrary, as you will see here that in the last 8 hours, buyers have been trying as much as possible to break out of that descending trend line. Now, if it finally becomes successful that the trend line is broken to the upside, then I want to be seeing this as an opportunity to get ready to buy this asset, as the breakdown of this descending trend line will be the first time price would have broken down the structure in the last 3 to 4 days. Now, if this happens, I want to be buying. In fact, I already have a buy stop order above the 1.26180 level, where I will be looking forward to capitalizing on the bullish opportunity. However, if price breaks out of this trend line and retest it, it makes it more comfortable to feel confident in that buy position. Now, if price action continues to climb high, the breakout of the 1.264 will welcome more buying opportunity, and a further breakout of the 1.266800 level will welcome 1.26680, right? will welcome more buying opportunities in this market. So we look out for buying opportunities only if the descending trend line is broken. So we can even join early enough. If possible, we have a breakout retest around this area, we could join early enough to capitalize on that uptrend move. So we are at a very crucial juncture in this market, as the nature of the attempt by buyers to break out of the structure may be as a result of the anticipation of the ADP employment chain data. Maybe there are some information trickling into the market behind the scenes, and major key players are trying to build a position based on that information. So let's see how this area, that area around the 1.26050 level, will play out ahead of the ADP employment chain. Whatever happens here is going to decide where price is likely going for today. So mark out those levels. I'm only selling if price breaks down to 1.258 and looking out for buying opportunities only above the descending trend line. So these are my views on the GBPUSD for today's trading session. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section.